This is the 2025 Kia Carnival. Is it better than ever? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at the 2024 Chicago Auto Show, and Carrie is behind the camera with me, and we're going to tell you about what you can expect to find if you want to buy a 2025 Kia Carnival. And you can start off here on the front end by seeing some of the changes that had been made here. Maybe a little bit more modern look to it, I would say. Not that it was bad before, but I think with the way the lighting is set up now, going across like it does, kind of having this nice sharp line to it that even comes here onto the side. I'll let Carrie come over here and show you what's there. So it's not just on the front end, it's also on the side right there. So kind of just a nice consistent look. The only thing I wonder about, and yes, it might have made it look a little bit more like an EV, and maybe that's not what Kia's goal was. Tell me what you think. Should the light have run all the way across, or do you like having that little separation? Obviously, you'll have all your safety features that you expect to have on the Kia models. You can see your sensors right there. And a very different look here. This being really an MPV, a multi-purpose vehicle, it's really not considered a minivan, although it does compete with minivans, but it doesn't look the same as anything else out there. The front end, the hood lines, the design of the nose, it's kind of this interesting combination of having a squared off look, but still having some nice rounded lines at the same time. I think that's a good thing. Kia has done a really good job here. And even with your wheels right here. Now that's gloss black. That seems right. I think that looks good. What do you think about that? I know there's people out there that still want chrome wheels, or maybe something polished aluminum, something like that. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you prefer when it comes to wheels? We work our way up here on to the side view mirrors. Now here's something that's a little bit different. We don't have body colored mirror caps, a little bit of contrast there. I don't think that's a bad move, and you will find some gloss black down there on the bottom. Don't have it turned on, but here your turn signal indicator is built in. Obviously they're power adjustable, and then we have a combination with body color and some silver right here on the door handles just to kind of set things apart. Again, Kia setting themselves apart. When Kia first hit the scene many years ago, I don't know that anybody ever had a clue that they would go where they've gone now, but I think they've done a really good job with their designs and the overall features the vehicles have. Roof rails up here, obviously, get yourself some crossbars and really increase your cargo capacity. And obviously, no big surprises here. Let's see if it'll work for me. Yes, it will. You've got your power sliding door, not only here on the passenger side, but also on the right, or the driver's side, the left side over there. It's early in the morning. Give me a break, okay? I just woke up. And then as we work here, interesting look with what we have with this piece right here. What do you think about that? Does that look right? Because you're going to go from gloss black to a totally different look and texture. I don't know. Good thing, bad thing? What are your thoughts on that? I know when you're driving down the road, it doesn't necessarily matter as much because it's doing what it needs to do to get you from point A to point B. The quarter window right here, that seems to be right. But then you'll find the design language from the front end working its way here to the rear. A very nice look. Although it does kind of seem that this light should go all the way across right here. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are on that, because you're the people who are likely to be buying this. Obviously, if you're watching the video, again, that nice Kia logo right there and the Carnival logo. Now, you'll notice a clean look back here, no exhaust pipes. I don't think that's a bad thing because this isn't at all a performance vehicle. But speaking of performance, why don't we pop the hood and talk about what you're going to find there. Here under the hood of this model is the 3.5 liter V6. It's going to make 287 horsepower, 260 on the torque. It will be mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, I'll let Carrie come in and give you a good look at that. You can go hybrid if you want to, and that's going to be a 1.6 liter turbo engine that's going to be paired with a 54 kilowatt motor and a 6-speed automatic transmission, 242 horsepower and 271 pounds-feet of torque. What's your choice going to be? Tell me. Now that you have those options, something we haven't had in the past. Now I know there's other minivans out there that compete with this model, that don't offer a hybrid powertrain, how much of a difference will that make in your buying decision? And as I open the power tailgate, towing is 3,500 pounds, and you might say, 3,500 pounds? Well, it's because it's front wheel drive. So all-wheel drive would make a difference, rear-wheel drive would be even better, but that's just the situation we have here. So 3,500 pounds, have my equipment bag stowed right here, and the big advantage, I left one seat up in its upright position. There's a lot going on here that you can do. So let me move over to this side. We'll show you on one side. Now, the thing that I like about this, even though we have one seat down here, use your imagination. If that was in the upright position, you can use this area as a multitasker. You could put all kinds of things back here, anything that would fit. It gives you some extra storage space. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the headrest down right here, and we're going to pull on the release, get that down like that. Then we pull like this, and the seat stows right down into the floor. That's one of the ways you can maximize cargo capacity here, which happens to be 145.1 cubic feet when all of the seats are out of the way. The difference, if you wanted to compare this to, say, the Honda Odyssey, is you don't have to have a lot of strength to move the middle row seats, because the middle seat weighs about 40 pounds, but the outboard seats on the Odyssey weigh about 70 pounds apiece. And so if you don't spend time in the gym and don't have someone to help you out, well, that could be a problem. A little bit of storage right here. I'll let Carrie show you as far as what you have back here in this rear area. Kind of nice to see some additions like that. Also, gonna have the power outlet right there and the 12-volt power outlet. Now, I think this might be the best opportunity. I'm gonna have Carrie just kind of test his ability to crouch down and see if he doesn't have any cracking knees or anything like that. Get him down there to show you your sunroof options there, the front and rear. Not exactly panoramic, but you do have the front and the rear, and still able to have some space in between there. And you might have seen those screens on the back of the headrests for the front seats. Something that's different than the Odyssey, for example, that does have the entertainment system, but it's just basically in the roof and you just fold it down. I think that's a little bit better, but we're just getting started. There's still a lot more for us to talk about. Now, I did want to show you one more little trick back here before we move on that you may or may not know about. Notice the height to which this rear door opens. That's kind of low, isn't it? For some people that might work. You might need to change the position back here depending on where you're parking and different things like that. I'm going to move that all the way back up into its full opening position. And how do I make sure that it opens that way? I hold down the button and we listen for the beeps. I hope that my mic picked that up. It's a little bit noisy here at the Chicago Auto Show, but not too bad today. But what I'm going to do is just show you that now when I open that again, you're going to find that it opens up all the way to where I just set it. That way you don't spend a bunch of time looking in the interior, in the infotainment screen, trying to figure out how do I adjust the height of the rear door. And by the way, just in case anybody wonders, there's one little thing I wanted to tell you about under the hood here. If you're wondering what this is, no, your Carnival is not going to come with that. That is how Kia is actually providing power to this Carnival here at the Chicago Auto Show. That's why the lights are on and all that kind of stuff. So they're basically just plugged in. They've got a plug in the floor underneath. That's all that is. But I know if I don't mention it, somebody is going to ask. What about the third row and leg room, overall space? Well, you'll notice that I'm reclined way back. That answers one question, because I know a lot of people want to know if these seats recline back here. They do. So do the middle row seats, obviously. But look at all the leg space I have. Now, this seat is way forward. If I moved over a little bit, the seat would be, about right here. I'd still have plenty of leg space, plenty of head space, even if I'm sitting straight up. We also have a cup holder, a little bit of space right here, and there is a USB option there as well. And plenty of light. You can see the lighting right here. Hopefully that's showing up well and helping us to kind of light the interior here, because we're in a little bit darker environment. Also, we're going to have the air conditioning vents in what I consider to be the right place. They're in the roof. A lot of the time with some vehicles that have a third row, they're down here. And even though you can change the angle of the airflow it still just isn't the same. Up here, I think it's a little bit better, but tell me what your thoughts are.
Tom, wake up.
Oh man, we've been working so hard here at the Chicago Auto Show. I fell asleep back here in the middle row of the Carnival, but you can see why I did. Check this out. It is so cool to see what you can do here. You can see that you can move the seats back and forth. Obviously, that's nothing new here, but you've got the recline, the footrest, and all of that is controlled right here. I don't know how easily Carrie can show that to you. I think you can see all of the controls for that. This is how we move things back and forth. Everything's power, that's good. And then the seats are ventilated and heated. That is really cool. I don't know if Carrie can show you that as well, but the controls are right here. I'll show you. Here's what we have. So see, ventilated, heated. Obviously you can drop the windows right here. You also have the shade that can be put in place. I'll hand that back to Carrie real quick. It's kind of the ultimate entertainment area because you also have your screens right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that to come on, but that's okay. I promise when we can, I will in a future video, hopefully in Shreveport. But also your cup holders right here, power options here, connectivity options, I should say. Quite a bit going on where that's concerned. And again, you might notice, well, wait a minute, there's no air conditioning vents on the rear of the center console. Once again, they're up here in the roof, so that's a good thing. And you've got so much going on here. The kids, even the adults, should be entertained very well back here. But that's not all. Let's hop into the front seat and I'll show you what's going on up there. And let's talk about the front seat. Obviously, you're going to have enormous door panels. Check out, or I should say, the door bins right there. Look at all that space. I mean, you could put 2 or 3 foot long submarine sandwiches or hot dogs or whatever you want to put in there. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Bags of beef jerky if you're taking your friends to the gym to do some weightlifting, and obviously a big armrest. Obviously power seats. If the middle seats are heated and ventilated, I shouldn't have to tell you that so are these. Now, I haven't had a chance to drive one of these yet, but I assume it's comfortable. The seating seems to be comfortable based on what I'm experiencing here. We'll have to find out here in the near future, hopefully. But let's take a look at what else we have here. As I like to say, here is the gloveless glove box. There's no gloves inside the glove boxes. We just need to rename those something else. Now, you will find some gloss black here. Now, obviously, there's going to be some things that come up in this area for the radio and air and all that stuff, and all this area right here. Can't turn that on right now, unfortunately, but you can see the nice curvature to the screen. I hope Carrie can give you a good angle on that. 12.3 inches on both sides, not only with the infotainment screen, but also the driver's instrument display right there. There is just so much going on here. It's absolutely amazing and something you don't see very often. There's a little window right here, kind of reminiscent of what used to be a vent window in vehicles a long time ago. They didn't have air conditioning decades ago, and so you could actually open that window and it would let air come in. It was just kind of manual air conditioning, if you will. And a quick look here onto the center console. Obviously, you're going to have some connectivity options here. Wireless charging is going to be here. And for those of you who are totally anti-push button shifters, here you go. You don't have to worry about that. And you'll see everything else that we have here as far as your power parking brake and all of that, even some one-touch buttons down here that hopefully show up in the video. Good news is that that's not gloss black. It's not going to show fingerprints. That's a good thing. And I love the size of this center console. The lid doubling as an armrest, a lot of space within. And last but not least, after Carrie finishes showing you that area, I'll let him show you the upper console up here, because I know a lot of you like to know about that, all the different features and functionality. Obviously, you can control the front and rear sunroofs, which both do open, by the way. You probably noticed that earlier in the video that the rear sunroof was open, but you can also see your other buttons and switches right here and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to take the camera real fast here and show you the steering wheel. It's going to have these steering wheel mounted controls, and I think you know what else is here as far as this model goes. Pretty easy to deal with, pretty easy to figure out. So there obviously are some changes for 2025 to the Kia Carnival, but does that make it better than ever? What do you think? Tell me down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. That helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.